Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, 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 Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to you, Akim, out there that's laboring in the truth and sincerity, without wavering. And this is another lesson. You know, as you see it, it's called. You see the heading right there. This article: Coronavirus threat set to trigger a massive U.S. housing market crash. So, through the spirit, the spirit came to my mind and named this lesson "Spiritual Dominoes." Put that title on it because of the effect concerning the prophecy, because this is all the prophecies of the destruction of America that's taking place right before our eyes. And I got to always stress that because it's happening in real time. Before the prophets, they were told to wait for it, but then the Lord also said at the end it shall speak. So now these prophecies are actually occurring in real time. And I got to keep saying it right before our eyes as we speak, because it's here. You know what I mean? So that's why I said spiritual dominoes. And everybody knows about the domino effect, as they call it, right? If you have say like 1,000 dominoes, and no matter how you set them up in a spiral, like a long row, and you set them up close to each other, all it takes is for the first domino to fall into the next domino to fall into the next one. And it's a chain, what they call a chain reaction, which is the domino effect all the way to the last 1,000th domino falls. So the last domino, so to speak, is going to be the nuclear destruction. But all these different events trigger other events. You see, just like the corona, as you see in the title of this article from the CCN, the coronavirus threat. All right, just the threat of it, and this was printed like 4 days ago. So these things are escalating and moving like day to day. The numbers of deaths is rising to the point where they said that this thing is worse than terrorism. Okay, Esau, and that's of course the media hypes everything up, but overall that's the Most High, because the scriptures tell you in Job, right, on the left where the Most High doth work. So the Most High allows Esau to propagate this paranoia, because you got people that are paranoid. And look, man, we've been living amongst all I constantly say this is a cesspool that we live in. There's no wonder why everybody's so sick, and through the food, through the water, through the air, everything is corrupt. Everything's corrupted in this society. But now I'm gonna read on in this article, and it's just to go into a few points showing you how the threat alone, which is causing the stock market, not the stock market, the housing market, right, the real estate field to crash, is damaging the real estate, and that's America's built up on that, which is going to could lead to a stock market crash. America's built up on building, destroying neighborhoods and rebuilding them, and that's the spirit that's in Esau. And you got a lot of people that get all into you got to buy, So now once that's affected, because that's a big money maker, a lot of people are going to be hurt. It's going to lead to famine. It's going to lead to a lot of things, man. But anyway, as you see, it says Chinese customers could pull out of the U.S. housing market thanks to the coronavirus, which could weaken demand and cause a crash. You see? So they're telling you right there, because, and remember, and it's sort of ironic because, throughout the past years, everybody's been speaking about how pretty much China owns the United States. They bought up all the debts. They've been buying up property, and then, this is the higher ups amongst the Chinese, the Moabites, the government and all that stuff, which they all in bed together. But, you remember, you got all these different superpowers thinking that they're going to play the game to become the next superpower, because everybody, they see that the United States is weak, all right? And that's because of the prophecy. The Most High said that the other nations, going back to Isaiah the 14th chapter, shall say, oh, thou become weak as us. Because why? All these other nations, they done got the same technology of weaponry, and if not even more, far more advancement of nuclear weaponry, all right? Which that's all part of the Most High's armory. The Most High, so he put the spirit in a lot of these other nations to catch up, and then to the point where they're seeing all the holes in the United States government, because United States government is a facade. It's smoking mirrors. Everything ain't what it seems here. You understand? Down to everything. Food ain't really food. The water you drink ain't really pure crystal lake water, as they say. Everything is, so this is a place where and that's why in the scriptures tell you in Revelations why the other nations are going to be mourning and sorrowful, because why? They come over here and make big business. And again, the housing market, and buying property and everything, these big offices and what do you call it, strip malls and everything, that a lot of them, they see the opportunity to own these things. They come either coming from money, or they come over here and get all kind of credit, unlimited credit, and open up these different buildings. And you got more. I mean, of course, Amalek is running everything, but you got Moab up in there own a lot of shit. They trying to do it because they trying to, supersede Esau. But now all of a sudden, and they too, not to mention, bear with me, because there's all kind of information that's out there, and it's all pursuant to the prophecy. But now they're also too blaming the United States for basically demonizing them, because they are the new niggas. All right, Pastor Tar was right on that. They're the new niggas, and which that's gonna stir that pot up. Because remember, the scriptures say the men of thy confederacy have brought thee to the border. Have laid a wound for thee. You see, so this is just increasing that tension too. So this is causing a lot. There's a lot of people dying from this. All right, it's causing the quarantining, which is I don't know if that's an effective way to use the word, but nonetheless, I'm gonna say it like that. It says, reading on, it says a financial pullback from Chinese investors could mean a lasting impact on the U.S. housing market, which is already in shambles anyway. All right, even though you got some people say, oh, it's a good time to buy, to get in the housing market and everything. It's really not really. I mean, maybe you get in and get out. I'm sure it's probably brothers that are rented, but see, if you went, if you involved in any of these situations, you understand what the scriptures, you get in and get out. The scriptures speak about using the word, but not as abusing it. And matter of fact, let me, since I'm speaking about the scriptures, let me go to a scripture real quick in the book of 1 Corinthians, just in case. I mean, don't get it twisted, because you got brothers from all walks of life, and each brother's situation or grind is going to be different. Not every brother's going to be doing app-based jobs. Not every brother's going to be doing construction jobs. And, there's brothers, I mean, I'm not into the office building that corporate, but there's brothers that's going to be in it, and they're none the worst. Just, it's a fucking, at the end of the day, it's a goddamn job. It's still slavery. We're still working from the sweat of our brow. So don't get it twisted. But see, we know that, like the scriptures tell you, the things that are seen are temporary. You're not supposed to be setting your heart on the world's good, like, oh yeah, let me establish this fund so I can push my babies when they get older, have college funds, that have houses. I'm gonna leave a long will, and my family's gonna be straight for the rest of their generations. Financial freedom, all that nonsense that's of the world. You're not supposed to have that mentality. All right. So this is 1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. What time are we talking about, man? The time of America, man. America ain't got too much longer to go. That's why all hell is breaking loose, man. Prophecy after prophecy. That's what you're seeing. From January, we still in February, the second month, and look at how much shit done transpired, man. We talk about, in the Passover is right around the corner, and we know that heavy things happen around the time of the Passover, man. You see, they might just come straight out with, you see all the information and articles and everything of how they pushing the chip, man. The RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, you see? And all you other Israelites out there, and again, I really, not our knowledge, but the word of the Most High, part of me, this knowledge that we're teaching, should I say, is really for the sincere elect, man. All right, the elect brothers. If you other Israelites out there, that's good. Okay, you pushing Israel, that's cool. But really, man, the scriptures tell you not every brother's a brother. And trust none of them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling it. I'm just saying it straight. I don't trust none of them niggas, man. Now, if they repent and they come in the truth, of course, they brothers or whatever. Yeah, we all looking to be saved. But with certain guys that remain to be seen, and some guys you just know that they ain't shit anyway. The scriptures say, a tree by the fruit that it bears. But you let, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is going to deal with anybody that's not really truly a part of the fold anyway. You see what I'm saying? But the real brothers that are really into the scriptures, that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because you got a lot of jokers out here, really, they're into this world. They caught up into the fame and celebrity-ship of this world. They caught up into the praise of men. They caught up into the trying to look squeaky clean. Man, listen, man, the prophets ain't never gave a fuck about that, man. And the prophets were hated, man. So we don't seek to be loved. We don't seek by this world. We don't seek to be accepted or whatever, because we understand that the time that we in, we see these things clear. And we ain't got no time for all the other bullshitting games and stuff like that. That's why, really, the Spirit got us going, just moving on, pushing on, like we always continue to push on and push on prophecy, man. All right, the Spirit been on me long ago to say that, look, the real enemy, as far as physically on earth, has been Esau, you know what I'm saying? And that we can't let things get us off focus, man. Remember, it goes back to the scriptures, man. And that's why every brother is going to be held accountable, because it tell you every brother got to work out his own salvation with fear and trembling. We're a body, but you got to make sure that you are believing, you have a connection to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that you're not just in this thing for man, because you get lost in the source, so to speak, man. You see? That's why it goes back to Matthew, the 7th chapter, about having your foundation built upon that rock of Yahweh Shai. So when bullshit or anything that comes questionable, whatever, you already know what the scriptures say about it. So you know how to move accordingly, to the Spirit. So brothers that have, like I'm saying, brothers that are out there, because brothers are in different situations. Some brothers ain't got to really work. Some brothers might have certain checks coming in or whatever situations. And that's not for them to feel bad, because every man got their own lot. But be of understanding, and especially brothers that, as you be in this truth, you're supposed to mature, and come up on a level of understanding. So understand that everything is temporary. And if you got a job as a real estate agent, I'm not saying, you said, fuck it. No, if that's your bread and butter, as the Lord set that up for you to get your daily bread. Just don't be all into it, or set your mind and really be looking for the future of America. You know what I'm saying? That's all through the Spirit. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I know I've said a lot of other things, but getting back to the scripture, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Now, does that mean that you sit there, got to go cut your woman off, a bitch, get the fuck out the house? Or no, I don't mean that. It don't mean that. I mean, it may come to that, if you got a woman that's stopping you from doing the work of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Now, you might have certain brothers that don't deal with a woman, and they, for whatever reason, that's the Spirit got them in that. But they shouldn't look down at other brothers that do have women. And look, man, that really, that's hating. That's some faggot shit, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, every brother got their lot. Just because you don't want to deal with a woman, that's your thing. Other brothers might want to deal with a woman. I mean, you tell them what the scriptures say. The Apostle Paul said it best, right? You're going to have trouble, the verse above. Matter of fact, yeah, I guess I should have started at 27. And this is the Spirit, because I'm trying to, it's the Spirit, and I'm just rolling with it, bro. I mean, Lord willing, we'll get back to the article and the other scriptures. And this ties into it too, so. But it's all the Spirit, 1 Corinthians 7 and 27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Yeah, if you got a woman, and the Apostle Paul is bringing out the truth and the common sense of the matter, because going back to the law, the scripture say, let no man, let no man, with the Lord have joined together, let no man put asunder. All right, so it's spiritual, even though, and shit, a few times I got cursed out by apostles and elders, because, when you deal with these chicks throughout the years, man, you fucking, like, man, I'm getting the fuck away from this bitch. And you might have moments where you complain, where you like, man, fuck this bitch. You might get into some shit and you cut her off, or then I you know what I'm saying? But really, what the apostles breaking down is that you ain't got to cut your woman off if she's pleased to be with you. If she's pleased to dwell with you. Look, these women ain't going to be right, so don't look for no righteousness from them. They all filthy hoes, you know what I'm saying, unless you got a virgin. And even if you get a virgin in this world, chances are mine is still going to be corrupt. Her mind's gonna, because they raised up into the philosophies of this world. So as long as she don't hinder you from doing the work of the Lord, my brother, if you choose, because the scriptures are right, you're better off if you don't have a woman, because now you ain't got that distraction, you ain't got that extra, that quality time, which you're not gonna have it anyway. But the Spirit of the Lord has set up an understanding. So it said, art thou bound unto a wife, seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife, seek not a wife. Yeah, a brother might don't have a woman, and your spirit might not be in a woman. You don't have to get a woman just because other brothers got ribs or whatever the case is. And nah, if your spirit's like, man, nah. Some brothers might be like, I'm waiting for the kingdom, man. And that's cool too. Brother, it ain't for a brother to sit there and judge that, man. See, the brothers got to get out of that judgmental zone, man, with brothers, man. Especially, I'm talking about brothers that are within the fold, your brothers that you see and know and labor with. Stop being so judgmental, man, without thinking about mercy. Because we had a wicked-ass nigga that was amongst us, which at the time we thought he was a brother, but he'd sit there and say stupid shit, because at times brothers, hey, me personally, there's been times in the truth where I wasn't dealing with no rib, and there's been times I was dealing with it. I just take it all the same, such as the rest of the occupant you see in the camp. And you would have this demon, he would sit there and say, I don't know how you guys do it. You ain't got no woman, you ain't got, man, motherfucker, the fuck is wrong with you? One, that's the man's business, and that don't make you better just because you got a woman. That brother might be more on point than you are, and of course, everybody was more on point on this individual that I'm thinking about, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you guys do it, I don't know how you, nah, don't be a demon like that, man. Hey, that's that brother, that's still your brother. And the Spirit of the Lord is on him, you know what I'm saying, to do such. Verse 28, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. So if you do go get with a woman, you end up dealing with her or whatever the case is, you ain't break no laws, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, brothers get it misconstrued and they think that, that this is just a he-man's woman hater club. Nah, it ain't that. But through the Spirit of the Lord, we ain't with that feminist bullshit, man. All right? We don't believe in uplifting these women. They're not no goddamn goddesses. You ain't gonna get no queen of heaven worship from none of us. We ain't with that. We gonna call it straight. You understand? And have no problem with doing so and calling these bitches out for the filth, wickedness, and bullshit that they do. You know what I'm saying? But if a brother, brother, at the end of the day, these women are our glory. So most brothers are gonna probably want to deal with a woman. It says, but if thou marriest, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Because that's what a woman was created for, to have sex. A woman wasn't created to be a goddamn nun. What does nun mean? Nothing? What the fuck does a nun mean? Really, maybe I gotta look that up. Nun. Nothing. The only thing I think of is nothing. A woman wasn't created to be, and you see like the Nation of Islam, they got these, I forget what they call it, got these women being like nurses and all this and that. Yeah, but a woman is really supposed to have a man. That's the whole purpose. A lot of people get all bent out of shape over when we speak about marriage or rape of young women. They sit there and try to demonize us. When you go back into the scriptures, what was the purpose of a woman? All right, why you think a woman becomes? When does a woman become a woman? All right, is it when the white man says it? Huh? Is it when your feelings, your wicked ass feelings, your parents? Oh no, that's a little girl. She's only 18, 19 years old. But yet if she go marry a fucking 40, 45, 50-year-old Edomite billionaire, you're going to be sitting all up there. That's right. That's my baby. You see what I'm saying? You see the hypocrisy with people? But nonetheless, a woman is supposed to, be married. Even as a father, even though the thing is, you're supposed to make sure that she deals with the right type of guy. You understand? You're supposed to school her and build her up. The scriptures tell you that. All right? And again, I don't know how the Spirit got me going into that, but it's all spiritual. It says, she have not sinned, nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh. But I spare you, because the Apostle Paul knows, certain times you're going to end up, getting into arguments, and it might transpire into other shit or whatever. And ultimately, like I said, the bottom line is, the scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes, he that pleases the Most High shall escape her. So if you put Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in his work first, you're never gonna get caught up by the traps and the bands of these hoes. All right. It says, Slaki, it says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. So in other words, it's a time thing. All right. Because when you're dealing with these women, they want your time. They want you to just think about them. And you'd be a fool to sit there and be all into these women and putting them on a pedestal. You'd be a fool. The Most High is a jealous power, man. The Most High is a jealous power. And that's why, too, like, wise words from King Masha, you know, and which I didn't fully understand it. I admit it until I got older. Is what he said one time. He said, don't get a woman that you like, get a woman that likes you. You know? And it's true, man, because if you get a woman that's into you, it's easier for you to serve the Lord. You know? Because why? She's doing things to try to please you and stay with you. If you get a woman that you are into, you know, or you into her more than she's into you, you might sit there and get simple and risk doing the work of the Lord just to please that bitch. You know? So those are wise words from King Masha. It said, verse 30. So when it says be as though they had none, meaning in other words, you ain't gonna be around. It's gonna be like you almost don't have a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because you always doing the work. You aren't at camp. You know, you fellowshipping, you doing shows. So, you know, and these women get jealous. They're gonna be complaining about time. But that's normal. You know, and at the end of the day, the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? So now it goes on. This was the point that I was getting to. It said, and they that weep as though they wept not. Right? Because in this thing, you are going to suffer loss. If your parents pass away, all right, of course, you know, unless you didn't have no real connection to them, all right, if you wasn't connected to them. So you are going to, you know, you're going to probably, your father pass, your mother pass, you're going to mourn them, you know. But as though they weep not. But you ain't going to go all crazy and I can't go on without you and this, that, and the third. You know, because you understand death. You understand that it's a transition back into the spirit world. Their spirit is back, Ecclesiastes 12:7. Their spirit is back with the Most High. So they good. At the end of the day, we still here in this hell. You understand? But it's not for a brother to, you don't make you weak or nothing like that. You know, you got to, you know, you might, through the course of your day, you might shed some tears for someone that was close to you. Hell, it could be even a dog. You know, you might have a dog or an animal. You know, I would say a dog, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can really think of, type of animal, you know, that a brother will have. And you know what happens, dogs, you know, eventually they don't live, a lot of times they don't live out human years, you know what I'm saying? They 13 human years, 14, some of you get going into 16, 7, you know, then they die. So when you go, that's like a relative, that's family. You know what I'm saying? So there's times in the day you might think about you know, but they that weep as though they wept not, because we ain't got no time really to be mourning and being in a mournful state, you know? You got people that go and visit the cemetery every year, every so-called holiday, birthday of their parents and everything. That's because they lost, man. They gone. They in the congregation of the dead, man. You know? They're in the congregation of the dead. We ain't in the time to be sitting there going to no goddamn cemetery. First of all, you're going to be unclean, especially if you're a man of the Lord, going to the cemetery. And second of all, you know, like Yahweh Shai, I think it was Yahweh Shai that said it. So why seek ye the living amongst the dead? All right, those are all corpse up in there. Okay, what the fuck are you doing inside a goddamn cemetery? You know, there's all kind of demonic activities that go on in there. All right, look, their bodies buried, which, you know, should be in a sepulcher, but we in hell. You know, a lot of times you might even have to cremate your loved ones or whatever the case is. You know, understand? That's just the reality of it. But it's not a thing of, oh, you know, where they're going, their soul is going. Nah, look, man, their spirit's back in the spirit world, man. It says, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. Yeah, because you want to stay, if I could think of the right word, even kill. You know, even you want to stay not mellow. I ain't saying mellow, but you want to keep, you know, not like a video Ariala did in Texas. You know, you want to not be up too much, not down too much, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If you come into a blessing of, I don't know, $500,000. I mean, shit, that'll put a smile on a nigga face, right? But don't smile too much. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you better believe something's going to come to where next week you're going to be owing $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you just, okay, be happy. Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Do the right thing. Break off your tights and offerings and brothers that need it. And, hey, if you're able to do a little something nice, you know, but don't get caught up into it. Don't be, you know, because a lot of people get deceived by riches. You understand? So it says, they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. You see? Because why? Like I said, even though speaking on the housing market, this thing is all, look, man, everything is going to collapse, man. Okay? But for the time being, you know, the scriptures tell you money's a defense, you know? So if you if that's the spirit, that how you make your bones, by investing, by flipping property, by selling real estate or whatever the case is, don't get all caught up into it, though. That's all. Not saying you brothers got to just stop cold turkey. No, because that'd be foolish. Because then you're going to come into poverty, and it tell you in Proverbs, the 30th chapter, give me not poverty, least I should take your name in vain. You understand? So you want to just be balanced. That's why Yahweh Shai said, pray to the Our Father prayer for what? Our daily bread. All right? At the end of the day, that's what we're striving for, and that's all we really need is our daily bread. We don't got to worry about trying to secure millions of dollars and you know what I'm saying? And the scriptures tell you that it's a light thing for the Most High to make, wait, if I'm saying it right, it's a light thing for the Lord to make a man rich on a sudden. Take it patiently when thou art changed to a lower state, in which we all been, we in the lowest of estates, but we got to remain patient, man. And we got to remember the mission. The mission is to complete the work of the Lord, which means continue to endure and teach and prophesy and have faith, which is that wholeheartedly believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai till Yahweh Shai come. And hopefully, you know, you're delivered. You know, hopefully we're all delivered. The brothers that still remain. All right? It says, and they that use this world as not abusing it. So there's certain situations, you know, in every brother's situation, it's case by case. And sometimes some brothers are going to look down on you for certain things you might do. You might have to get food stamps or welfare, you know, you might have to play the system, and other brothers might look down upon you at, you know, but whatever. You got to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. At the end of the day, you got to take care of yourself. You got to pay your bills or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, hey, you're going to be looked down upon. There's no big thing, but you still stay in order, stay in the spirit, and you know, wait for the Most High to bless your situation. You know what I'm saying? They that use the world, but not as abusing it, because we're still operating, although it's gradually being destroyed and things are being taken away, you know, because we're coming to that time and Esau is coming down with great wrath, like it says in Revelations 12:12, but we still got to function for these last moments. So in the spirit, you're going to know when it's time, when you ain't got to work no more. You're going to know when it's time. You're going to know. Trust me. Because brothers be wondering, like, you know, the scriptures speak about going into the wilderness, about this, that, you know, how's it look? Don't worry about it, man. You're going to know, man. Trust you, me. You're going to know when it's on. And that's the only way you're going to know that, though, if through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're watching. Because things are happening at a rapid clip. Things are happening back to back. And like I said, it's a domino effect, because one thing leads to another thing to another thing. Certain things, like I didn't even think the housing market being affected by the coronavirus, you know? And then when I seen it, I said, yeah, but it makes sense. And then I understood, because it's scriptures that speak on it anyway. So I said, whoa, that's crazy, man. So it said, and they that use this world, but not as abusing it, meaning don't get all caught up into this world trying to, you know, over scam your goddamn self. Don't be doing no, you know, scam shit. Don't be no, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta, you know, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. All right. So now, I'll go back to the article. All right. So, you know, hey, if the spirit had me do, I'd probably do more just in the interest of time. Hey, the spirit took it that way to Corinthians, the 7th chapter, which wasn't really one of the scriptures that I had set up. But it popped, hey, it's showing you that the Spirit of the Lord, like when the apostles and elders be doing, brothers and brothers be doing videos, it's the Spirit of, you got to remember that it's the Spirit of the Lord. And you can't get mad, oh man, I didn't get to bring this scripture, I didn't get to, nah, if anything, if the Spirit wanted to come out, then that's another lesson. You'll get to, do it later on, and then if it don't happen, it's the Spirit of the Lord. There's a lot of lessons that I be wanting to finish, and sometimes I get a chance to come back to them, sometimes I don't. It's not us, this ain't our program, all right? The Lord is the one that's causing all these things to happen, man. So now, it says the U.S. housing market's good days could come to an end thanks to the coronavirus, which that's one of the plagues of the Lord. It says Chinese investors have played a key role in propping up the market. They could take away billions of dollars worth of demands thanks to the epidemic. See? A low mortgage rate environment and a lack of inventories have been tailwinds for the U.S. housing market over the past year. But the coronavirus epidemic is one big threat that could cause the U.S. housing market bubble to burst at last. Because everybody knows that it's going to, they know that it's a gamble. It's a crapshoot. And Esau, which of course this is his kingdom, right? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So of course Esau's at the helm adjusting different rates and, fucking with the credit and the interest rates and the debt and everything. Of course, just as much as their fingerprints all over these viruses, man. All right, and they leave the proof or the receipts, if you will, in the movies that they put out. They put it, look, man, this devil operates in plain sight. He operates behind the scene, but they show you what they're gonna do in plain sight, man. The oldest thing, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. Well, actually put it right in their face, put it on TV. All right, and they still won't see it. Because why? People are blind, man. They don't got those, like that movie They Live, they don't got those shades on. So they can't see all the demons and the real hidden signs and everything. They don't see what's really going on. Now I want to go to the book of Jeremiah. And like I said, that's a pretty good article. If brothers get a chance, check it out, But this is Jeremiah chapter 51. I'm gonna jump around. Well, now read from the first verse. It said, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them," which America is the modern day Babylon. A lot of people got to get that right. They got to understand the scriptures are twofold. Certain scriptures speak about events that transpired in history and past, and certain things are prophetic and have not actually happened yet. And this is speaking about now, modern day time. So we're always living in a time of prophecy. We're always living in Bible times. People like to try to separate that was then. What you mean? That which was then is now. The scriptures tell you clearly, but people are out of their mind. That's why a lot of people are going to fucking die, man. All right? The Lord is going to bring destruction upon 2/3 of our people. I'm talking about our people. All right? Much less these fucking heathens, man. All right? The Most High ain't dealing with these heathens, man. But anyway, it says, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, and that's speaking about these devils. What you think that space program is about? The Space Force, the sixth branch of the military. What you think that's really all about, man? That's another Space Force. Why they need a Space Force, man? They ain't out there floating around. Captain Kirk in the Starship Enterprise ain't out there floating around. No, it's these chariots. And it's heavy, man. Every time I turn on the video feed, our videos pop up, I see more and more brothers, wow, Chariot was there, Chariot there. Chariot was there. We did a showing with the Miami brothers, and we didn't even know. We was just in the spirit teaching, and the brother pointed out, oh shit, they seen the Chariot, because the way it was set up, and you could see the window, it was heavy. We didn't even realize it, and then the brother showed the Chariot was there while we was filming. A lot more brothers are doing shows, and people are noticing chariots amongst the brothers. So, man, this thing is happening, man. And Esau is really trying to get ready, right? It said, and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. The destroying wind is what? That last domino, baby. Them nuclear missiles, a destroying wind. All right? Because why? It's It's like a fiery wind when them bombs hit that burns and liquidates everything in its path. All right? When you do the research on the ICBMs and the power, that's why everybody's, trying to, which is prophecy too. And again, that's everything leading up to the other. The wars and the rumors of wars. Them sitting there trying to renegotiate. They'll sit there and fire rockets and missiles. They'll sit there and make new missiles. They do these testing. Then they say, oh, wait a minute, we got to cool it down. It's getting too hot. The doomsday clock getting set. Last, I know it to be 100 seconds, but I believe that it should be even closer because of the what's happening over there in with the United States and Iraq, over there in Syria, Afghanistan, all over that whole region, as well as with this coronavirus, the bird flu. Remember, a couple of months back, they had the bubonic plague over there in China, up there eating some marmot liver. You know what I'm saying? Eating rodents, man. You see? So let me jump around for the interest of time. Verse 5. For Israel hath not been forsaken. And at the end of the day, it's about Israel, man, the real Israelites. So, I mean, it starts with that. You do got to know that you're an Israelite, man. And then you got to learn the name of the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? It says, nor Judah of his power, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Because now the Most High, he said, I've heard yet an acceptable time. The Lord is actually pardoning our iniquity. But he said, I would not leave thee altogether unpunished. He said, I will correct thee in measure. So that's why, like right now, we're going through, because you got to go through that. You got to drink that cup. Yahweh Shai told the disciples, you go and drink it. You got to carry the cross, your cross, so to speak. You got to suffer for righteousness for the sake of Yahweh Shai, which we all doing it. We're going through it. We've been doing it, and we're still doing it. And that's how, there's no getting around it, man. And see, that's the thing. And at the end of the day, you gonna know who the real teachers are, man. When you see guys talking about John the Baptist ain't in the truth, you know that, all right, look, man, the scripture says you know them by their fruits, man. You know that, and the scriptures tell you, 1 John, the 2nd chapter, that no lies are the truth, and something basic like that, okay, the Lord ain't dealing with them dudes. Guys say, oh, the nuclear missiles ain't in the prophecy. The Lord ain't dealing with them dudes, man. Oh, the name of the Lord is not, the Lord ain't dealing with them, man. And I'm not going to candy coat shit, man. Now, if any of them brothers that's in, well, I ain't even want to call you brothers yet, man. Brothers are brothers in the faith, in the fold. But if, they're Israelites or whatever, and if they repent, come out of that, then yeah, they definitely brothers. Because Yahweh Shai said it straight in Matthew the 12th chapter, who the brothers are, who the real family is, man. As far as the other guys, man, look, man, and really the Lord, and the thing is, it go beyond us and our feelings. It goes back to the Most High. The Lord, see, they're going to find out that the Lord is cruel, man. He said about Jake, he said, don't even lift up a prayer, man. Most High said, don't even come to me for these niggas, man. So again, as the Spirit of the Lord, which that was the Spirit of the Lord that came on Apostle Gabar years ago to speak about the elect, and really going back to the main school, that was never even a thing. A lot of guys got mad because we spoke about the elect, which of course all Israel is going to be saved. We know Romans 11:26, but is all Israel going to be saved this go around? Hell fucking no, man. The Most High is going to destroy 2/3, you see? So, hey, this word is very serious, and you see the things, you see who the real men of the Lord is. The Lord is making it clear who his servants are, man. Because the scriptures tell you, he that the Most High sent, speak the words of the Most High. All right? It says, verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. So that's why, again, when the Corinthians telling you that, look, don't get caught up into this world and don't get too entangled with the affairs of this world, because why? If so, you're going to end up being destroyed, because the Lord's coming back to destroy this place. That's the judgment, you see? For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So that's why these things are occurring with the prophecies and the destruction. It said, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nation's mad. And you see it hit now. Because why? Even these other nations, they all waking up to the fact that they were scammed by the international bankers, right? They waking up to the fact that, all right, here it is, China, they sat here, buying out all the debts and all that. And who they buying? Who they paying for these debts? They go back to the international bankers, man. Esau. So they finding out because Esau rocked them to sleep with their policies, the democracy, getting them to sign these treaties and organizations, just like they did to us, to Reuben and Gad. Just like with Jake, setting Jake up with this bullshit civil rights movement. So now, after they sober, they are gonna be. They're gonna be they're like drunk and bugged out, but they're gonna be mad. The scriptures tell you that they're gonna come. They shall begin to hate the whore, and that's why China's mad, because they America didn't help none by promoting and pushing that coronavirus, and there's other things, and that thing is causing a big rift, man. They shutting down planes, they shutting down yachts, they shutting down other countries. You got deaths, and it's only a matter of time till it comes to the United States, where they're gonna have to start quarantining people. All right, and I believe that in these sections that they start shutting down, whether it's through the concentration camps or the quarantining, like they showed you them up in Contagion, eventually for you to be cleared to even leave and go back to anywhere, you're gonna have to have a chip on you, where they could monitor you and scan to make sure that you had your what you call that shit, the not the virus, the what the fuck they call that shit, man, I'm drawing blank, the vaccines. It's like it, Akim. The vaccine. So they're gonna say we don't know if you got vaccinated. Just like right now, at one time they were making the flu shots mandatory, and it's still mandatory in certain places. One of the brothers told me he had to leave his job because they wanted him to. They said you got to take the flu shot, and then he didn't want to take it, so they said, all right, you can't work right now. You know what I'm saying? So what you think they're gonna do with something that they're posing a more serious threat than the flu, such as the coronavirus, right? What you think they're gonna do? So that's why when you see, like I have here in this article, you see this, they said that this is another article I got where they said that it's even worse than terrorism, man. All right, and through the spirit, I'm gonna keep going into this. We're gonna watch this. Now check this out. This is my word. I read through this article, but I didn't even see this shit, man. That's my word, Akim. All right, now this is I think I skipped over this part, but check this out. I call it the spiritual dominoes, right? It says Realtor.com reports that the effects of the coronavirus outbreak in China could have a domino effect on the U.S. housing market, thanks to the influence that Chinese investors exercise stateside. Wow, brothers, I'm telling you, I didn't know that was right there. I didn't know that was right there, but that's showing you the spirit is working with us, and that's why we ain't got to be all worried. Only thing we got to be worried about is doing the work of the Lord. Make sure that we're pleasing Yahweh Shem Shai. We're fighting that good fight and enduring until the end. All right? So it says, that's heavy, man. That's heavy. It says, citing data from the National Associations of Realtors, Realtor.com said that Chinese buyers spent $13.4 billion to buy homes on U.S. soil from April 2018 to May, in 1 year, basically. Basically just about 1 year. But this was 56% lower than the same period a year ago, when the Chinese investors had pumped in over $30 billion into the U.S. housing market, man. You see? So Esau is fucking these motherfuckers over. And these motherfuckers is mad. And when they pull out, though, it is going to affect the economy. You see? And that's all. This is all prophecy, man. This is all prophecy. It says, 8. It says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. And that's why you got to stay in tune day, night, throughout the middle of the day, because things are happening at a rapid clip. I remember before, something would happen, then you wouldn't have no real major things such as a outbreak and war and people being shot down. It would be spread out in months or whatever. Now everything is all within the span of a week, within the span of a couple of days, within the span of a day, all kind of shit happens. Because why? That's how close we are to the coming of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Our Lord Yahushai coming to redeem his very own elect. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. Because why? This bitch is finished, man. There's nothing you could do to repair, like you got people trying to repair things, repair the relations between so-called white and black, between Esau, between the government. Yeah, see, if we get Jacob in there, they could find a way to where we could reach out, or we get the celebrities involved with the politics. We could get to the youth in the urbanized area. That's all bullshit, man. Okay? The Lord said, if so be she may be healed. She's not going to be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. And that's what's happening. You got these Moabites pulling out of the housing. So this is just setting off a whole slew of prophecies, which is coming in like a domino effect. It said, for her judgment, her is the same whore that sitteth upon many waters, which is Babylon the Great, also known a.k.a. America. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven. You see? Reaches unto heaven, to the Most High, and is lifted up even to the skies. All right? It said to the Lord, the Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our power. Make bright the arrows. That's speaking about the missiles. Gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, going into the area which today is occupied by what? Russia. For his device is against Babylon, meaning the Lord's prophecies is against America, man, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Because why? Here, like I tell you in Isaiah the 14th chapter, where they sat upon the congregation of the Most High in the land of the north, here in North America, which, of course, in the other places where Israelites are, but primarily here in America, which is Babylon the Great, where you have a concentrated number of really all the tribes now, and that's spiritual too, that all the tribes are here in America, right? Esau put nothing but holy hell upon us, from slavery to slave ships to hardcore bondage and murdering and taking his land from us, giving us plagues and, just destroying us, breaking us down, turned us against each other, took our women, raped them, did whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is why these things are happening, man. The Lord is bringing judgment. The Most High did not forget about all the iniquity, the Emmett Tills, any stories you want to think about, man. The ones that still happen, you see? But anyway, with that, I'm going to end it there. As hopefully brothers will edify through the spirit, power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and all glory and honor goes to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Shalom to you sincere Akim out there, and any of the Aquas, the ones that are out there, shalom to you too. Shalom.